Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Late for the Party on Anchor FM. I am your host, Melodious, aka Coverboy. Oh my god, yes, there is some things to look forward to coming up in the next couple of weeks. Oh man, there's so many movies now getting ready to come out, and honestly, it's wow, I was not expecting it to start getting, getting into some serious business when it comes down to the other movies that are coming out. I mean, we got Sylvester Stallone's Rambo Last Blood. Wow, so that means the final. I mean, come on. I mean, that's gonna be a trip. Looks like he's going up against cartels and everything else, so that's gonna be a trip to see. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that, because I mean, don't get me wrong, other than Rambo 3, the last couple Rambos were actually pretty good. So, even the recent Rambo that came out, I believe, 2009 or so, which was actually good. So, I mean, no complaints here. Oh, man. But then also, Child's Play, it looks pretty damn good. Looks like it got Aubrey Plaza in it, Actually like her, She was in that movie, Ingrid Goes West. And it looks pretty damn good. I mean, it looks like they're going off of the Buddy toy, when they used to be called Good Guys. I don't know if there's going to be more of an internal story with that, but because I mean, Child's Play came out with a couple of movies, but it was the Chucky movies, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Chucky this or whatever it is. But then you basically got Chucky now not being done by Brad Dourif, but now voiced by Mark Hamill. Now, don't get me wrong, Brad Dourif is always going to be Chucky in my eyes, but now you got Mark Hamill, who does a great voice of Joker, but doing the voice of Chucky, I was like, oh man, that's going to be nuts. So, I mean, there's that. That looks good. Then you got It Chapter 2. I still got to watch Chapter 1. So, but I've seen It before. I read the book. And, I mean, trust me. I mean, the stories actually get more in depth. So, I mean, the Losers Club goes through does their thing. How do you fight something that's unbeatable, unstoppable? So, I mean, it depends, wow, it's kind of crazy, I thought, it'd be and then, Star Wars at the end, Rise of the Skywalkers. Now, regardless of how The Last Jedi turned out, which hopefully they'll retcon a lot of shit, because, they retcon all of that shit, because everything that happened in Last Jedi, I was very, very, very disappointed in. So, but hopefully we'll get some good out of this final installment. It's gonna be a barn burner, that's for real. But either way, that's just in the meat and the potatoes of all the things to look forward to in the movie theaters. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more, but there's a lot of things to actually talk about in the process, too. Dave Bautista said that he would not mind playing Bane in any Batman film. So if they're getting Robert, I want to say Robert Patterson to play Batman. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's not a bad fit, because, you know, it could surprise you, it could shock you. I mean, aesthetically, he looks like he could play the role of a Bruce Wayne, maybe. If they really get in depth of, like, how, like, Bruce Wayne, I mean, the only great Bruce Wayne that they actually had to play him was Christian Bale, you know. But they were talking about, like, they want to get into the detective, they want to get into the detective aspect of Batman, because that's what made Batman so dope, was because he was a detective. So, I mean, if they're going to really start doing, like, the detective story of Batman to where, like, you know, his first books were detective comics. So, I mean, if they really get into it, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why the hell not? Let it happen, you know? And, you know, I'm not saying, like, Christopher Nolan didn't do the Dark Knight or the Batman, his version of Batman justice. I mean, it was dope. Make no mistake, probably one of the Dark Knight is still one of my favorite superhero movies. You know, that movie made me like Heath Ledger even more as a star. So, I mean, if these guys who are planning on doing this Batman is going to do it right, then do it right. You know? I mean, if Robert Patterson is their choice, then, like, you know, Dave Bautista, I mean, I could see playing a dope Bane. Honestly. He's got the look, he's got the aesthetic. He's got it down cold. So, I mean, you know, he even said it verbatim, like he wouldn't mind playing Bane. So, I mean, deep down, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Oh, another fun fact too. Looks like the MCU is already looking at damn, I keep forgetting his name. He was in The Quiet Place with his wife Emily Blunt. I want to say Chris Krisanski. Chris Krisanski and Emily Blunt. They're already in talks with them about playing being in the Fantastic Four. So that means they're looking at them being Sue and Reed and Susan Richards. Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Hey, that would be dope. Mr. Fantastic and and then also Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. Yeah, that'll be dope as hell. Chris Krisanski and Emily Blunt. I'd say that was a good look. They were actually looking at Emily Blunt play. Fun fact is that they were before Scarlett Johansson played Black Widow, they were actually leaning on Emily Blunt to play Black Widow. Honestly, I mean, that would have been dope. But honestly, I feel that to give a dope Sue Storm, you gotta give somebody like that, like, you know, Sue Storm is like, has had that stoic look. Like, you know, she was one of the first women in the comic books to not really rock a mask. Well, next to in Marvel, from what I know, I don't remember any other women rocking masks. Like, every other woman rocked a mask, except for her. So, but yeah, that's gonna be a trip. That is gonna be a trip, man. Like, it's a beautiful day, man. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do a new segment called the Wallflower Journal. So I'm gonna talk about some personal and important things about, you know, life and everything, and like people could relate to, what relates to, even like what I'm going through, you know. To be a host and a star of your own little, be a host and star of your own little thing, you know. You go through your ups and downs through life. Maybe it's about time I start talking about it. But, you know, either way, going through the just, hey, that's cool. But yo, check this out. The shirts are moving now. The shirts are now in motion. Please check them out. You know, subscribe to the channel. I'm popping them out for $20. For unsubscribers, for subscribers, I'll pop them out for 12. You know, but you know, like, comment, share, subscribe, and support the podcast. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a coworker. I get goofy and everything. I'll jump on and even act silly, but I'll talk about some real shit too. But either way, y'all, this is Melodious, aka Coverboy, the Modern Marvel. And as always, it's okay to be late for the party, but never be late for the fun. Let that ride out.